Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is gonna be the first video on the channel, and today I'm gonna talk about should you buy a 335i in 2025. Now, as you can see in the pictures, this is my car. It's a convertible 335i and it has the N54 engine. So, to start the video, the first things I've done to my car, so this was the car before it was stock. Now, I've got a lot of exterior and interior mods, just to make the car look more presentable. Okay, so talking about maintenance, the N54 has lots of common problems. Now, I haven't faced all of them. The car had a coolant leak when I bought it, but definitely the owner did not tell me because when you're buying an N54, you would expect everything: oil, coolant leaks, boost leaks, lots of other things. So the first two parts I changed on my car was the water pump and the thermostat. So why did I change both of them? The thermostat had no problems, but it's better to change them at the same time because they are literally beside each other. They're like mounted on top of each other, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so this example, it's all metal. So the old water pump was leaking from here. This one, the OEM one, is plastic on that side and then metal on that side. So it was cracked all the way here and it was leaking lots of coolant. I replaced it alongside with the thermostat and it fixed the coolant leak. And also, it wasn't just a coolant leak, the water pump was not actually working. My temperatures on the car was getting up to 120 degrees, like 120 Celsius. And I thought it was normal for an N54. Don't do my mistake, it's not normal. So going into the fuel system, you would expect the injectors to fail because it took BMW 12 revisions to make good fuel injectors for the N54. And how much are they? 3100. So expensive, nearly 3200. Before a few years, they were a lot cheaper. I remember 1600 or something like that, maybe more than 3 years ago. Now they have increased in price because I think it's more rare to find them and they're expensive to make. So that's why they're so expensive to buy. And also, alongside the injectors, what would fail would be the high pressure fuel pump. And that's not cheap. A kit from FCB Euro cost 1200. Now, this one has the high pressure fuel pump and the throttle body gasket and the intake manifold gasket. Because as you can see, it's not really clear on here, but on top of the higher pressure fuel pump, you will have the intake manifold and then you will have the throttle body. You would have to take both of them to access that. So it's better to change the gaskets while you're there. So going into oil leaks, the known oil leaks would be the valve cover gasket and the valve cover. And in my experience, it's better just to change the valve cover and the gasket at the same time. Just to, like, it's preventative maintenance, Just you will have a peace of mind to change them both together. Now, this exact kit has the valve cover and the valve cover gasket, so it's better to change them. Okay, so the next area that could leak oil would be the oil pan gasket. Now, this kit from FCB Euro has lots of bolts and nuts and so many things because it's not as easy as removing um, like how many bolts does it have? So it's not just easy to remove like 16 bolts or something like that. You need to drop subframe, and that's not an easy job to do at home. That's why it's so expensive to replace. The kit is not expensive, but the labor is. So as you can see, I have a full list of all the things I'm looking to do on the car in terms of performance upgrades, maintenance, videos that can help, and like as you can see here, like tuning licenses and so on. And also I have a full list for many refreshments on the car. So like let's say coolant system refreshment. I got all the gaskets, all the coolant hoses, so on, even the water pump and things like that. So going into oil leaks, um, one of the oil leaks places that will fail is the oil filter housing gasket. Now, them two gaskets might fail together or one at a time. This one exactly is the oil cooler. It's like the cooler for the oil filter housing gasket. And if it fails, it can leak coolant into the oil. Therefore, you would find like contamination in the expansion tank. So while changing all of these, it's better to change them all together just to save yourself from the headache. You know, just like to do gaskets, the oil cooler, and maybe this one, but you don't really need this. So talking about performance upgrades. Now, if you want to go full bolt on, you would need mostly all of these mods to be able to go full bolt on, which is stage 2 plus as well, which could be like 420 horsepower, something like that. In my car, I'm gonna buy downpipes, intercooler, charge pipe, and dual cone intake. Now, them four parts are enough for stage 2 plus. Now, if you want to go full bolt on, you will have to buy the outlet and the inlet kit, but they're not easy to install. So, talking about installing the parts, the downpipe on the N54 is not easy to change. You might have to drop the subframe. Now, especially in the UK, they have the right hand drive model, and it's much harder because it's right hand drive. You know, the steering column is on the right. So, and the turbos are also on the right. And you would need the subframe down. That's the same um, thing as the oil pan gasket we were talking about. And the downpipe is not expensive, but the labor is, and it's hard to do it at home. But you are able to do it. Now, for talking about intercooler, if you want to go full bolt on, 5 inch would be enough for full bolt on. If you're looking to go like a single turbo road, 600 horsepower or even more, you would need to buy the 7.5-inch intercooler. But it's not a plug and play. You would have to cut some areas from like the front bumper molding or something like that, like the plastic on the front bumper where the intercooler sits. Um, so that's why I'm gonna go to the 5-inch one whenever I'm upgrading the car. At the end, should you buy a 335i equipped with the N54 engine? If you know how to work on cars, yes, N54 would be the best engine for you. If you want to get into the BMW world and you want like a good first car, I mean, N54s are not reliable. You would have to spend a lot of money to keep them reliable. And before modding the car, before buying any performance upgrades, take care of maintenance. Also, I forgot to talk about this part in the video. You need also to change the spark plugs and ignition coils if you're having misfires at the start. If there's any misfires, change spark plugs and ignition coils, and hopefully you're not going to get any misfires. And if you do, that means injectors, or there's a problem in the fueling system, which could be the high pressure fuel pump or the low pressure fuel pump, which is also a performance upgrade that you need if you want to go stage 2. For example, this one from Burger Motorsport, it's fuel it. It's also bucketless, low pressure fuel pump. Yeah, so this is it for today's video, guys. I hope you like it. This is my first video. I know it's gonna be boring. I'm not the best video I will ever make, but everyone needs to start somewhere. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.